I moved into the apartment because it was quiet. That mattered to me more than anything else. After years of noisy neighbors, I wanted a place where nothing happened. For the first few weeks, that's exactly what I got. Then I started noticing delays. It began with small things. I'd flip the light switch, and the light would turn on a second later than expected. Not enough to complain about, just enough to feel wrong. I blamed the wiring. Then the sink started doing it. I'd turn the handle, and water would come out a moment later. Again, nothing dramatic. Old pipes. But the delays became consistent. Predictable. Almost intentional. One night, I spoke out loud without thinking. I said, "Come on," while flipping the switch. The light turned on instantly. That's when I noticed it didn't happen when I spoke. Only when I stayed silent. I tested it. I flipped the switch without saying anything. Delay. I whispered, "Now," before flipping it. Instant. Same with the faucet. Same with the heater. The apartment responded faster when I announced my actions. I laughed it off at first, telling myself I was finding patterns where none existed. But then it escalated. I came home late one night and stood in the hallway, keys in hand. I hadn't moved yet when the hallway light turned on by itself. I hadn't spoken. I froze. A few seconds passed. Then the bathroom light turned on. Then the kitchen. One by one, lights activated down the apartment, as if something was anticipating my path. I whispered, "Stop." Everything went dark. The next morning, I checked the electrical panel. Nothing unusual. No smart devices. No automation. The landlord said the wiring hadn't been touched in years. That night, I tried ignoring it. I stayed silent. Didn't announce anything. The delays grew longer. 5 seconds. 10. I stood waiting for lights, water, heat, like the apartment was hesitating. Then I heard something I can't explain. A soft click behind the walls, followed by another, like switches being tested. I said, "I'm going to bed." The bedroom light turned on before I reached the door. I moved out 2 weeks later. The apartment is still empty. Sometimes I check the listing. The description hasn't changed. But recently, it says, quiet, responsive, ideal for someone who communicates.